Assalamu alaikum to Allah. I'm Mubarak Raji, one of the 2025 Aspire Leadership Fellow. I've been holding leadership positions when I was 13 years old, but I don't have like a formal training of what it takes to be an effective leader or to lead a group of people. So Aspire Leadership Program provide a solution to this for me. The program includes an orientation, MBTI self-awareness training, lecture series, mentorship, project, and book club. One of the major aspects of the program I like most is MBTI self-assessments. These assessments help me to understand myself better, understand my personal trait, and also how to know to communicate to people better. Another aspect of it is the book club. The books I read one particular book, Making of a Manager by Julie Zoe, on how to make a good manager, on how to manage people generally. This book does not only give me an insight about management, also it gives me insight about even effective meeting. I present a talk to leadership of NCNM local chapters on effective meeting earlier in the year. The mentorship part of it, very fantastic. Access to good mentor that you drink from their weight of knowledge. Projects, it makes you to collaborate with more people and learn more people. I've used some of the leadership skills I gained from the program where I served leadership roles and I'm able to transform those organizations. I encourage you to join Aspire.
When you hear the word aspire, what do you think of? For me, I think of stepping outside of my comfort zone, striving to be the best version of myself, and not giving up. Alhamdulillah, as I reflect over the past year with my participation in Aspire, I can honestly say that this past year has been one of my most productive years. Through the guidance that I've been able to gain from our leadership at Aspire, the guest lecturers, and our advisors, I've been able to grow tremendously as a person, not just individually, but in my work settings and in my other pursuits and endeavors outside of work. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Farida Ilupeju, and I'm part of Team 8 in Aspire. My advisor is Dr. Abuala, and we created the Diaspora Care Network, which is a nonprofit organization centered on connecting Nigerians in the diaspora and Nigerians in Nigeria in order to come together for community, to engage with their ideas and share thoughts. I pray that Allah pours His barakah into this program and that Allah continues to increase it and that Allah accepts everything that we do as an act of ibadah.
Working with other people, these are the things, these are the traits, the characteristics you are going to build in Aspire that you can even take on to so many other things. So Aspire has impacted me positively, and I'm very, very glad I made the decision to be part of this cohort. Jazakumullahu khairan to everyone that has been contributing.
My experience with the Aspire program. When I first joined Aspire, I was initially very skeptical because I was just starting college and I felt like I didn't have everything together yet. So I questioned whether this program was for me, but I was encouraged to join because Aspire is truly for anyone who's willing to grow, and I do not regret that decision one bit. Throughout this program, I gained so much more than I expected. I learned practical financial skills, including how to save, understood credit, and began planning my financial life responsibly. I also benefited from book clubs, Islamic sessions, and most importantly, hearing people's stories and learning from their stories or their experiences, because this was a very key one for me. It made me or reminded me that not everyone has everything figured out, and growth is something we should always be eager to pursue. Aspire helped build my confidence, pushed me outside of my comfort zone, and gave me skills that I hope to continue developing in the future. It truly felt like a well-rounded program that supported growth academically, personally, spiritually, and financially.
It. And as we say, we aspire to inspire before we expire. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Aisha, and I'm here to share my experience with the Aspire program. So for me, I believe that the Aspire program is well structured and impactful, and also has different key components. And these components are designed to support learning, reflection, and growth, and has a religious touch to them. And through the program, I was able to learn more about leadership and professionalism in theory and engage with experienced professionals who gladly shared their real life journeys with us. We also got the opportunity to read books that helped me go into myself, to reflect on who I am, who I want to become, and how I actually want to show up as a leader, both professionally and personally. And then Aspire gave us the opportunity to apply what we learned in a practical way. And for me and my group, that was the hands-on experience that led to the creation of NCNMO Connect, which brought our ideas to life and reinforced the value of collaboration and intentional leadership. Then the other part of Aspire that I really enjoyed is the one-on-one mentorship, where I gained invaluable insight into leadership, life, and professional and personal development. And some of these are actually why some of it, because I believe it's an investment.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Aisha, and today I'm going to be talking about my experience with the Aspire program. So honestly, when I first joined, I didn't really know what to expect. I thought it was going to be a program where they just pick a location and you go and meet with people, similar to like Platform. But it ended up being more than just that. It taught me things that I can use in like my professional setting and in my everyday life. For me, one of the biggest things that I gained was confidence. Aspire put me in situations where I had to communicate, reach out to people, and work with others. At first, that was uncomfortable, but over time, I got confident with speaking, taking initiative, and being part of a team instead of just sitting on the sidelines. One thing I really appreciated about this program was the environment. Everyone came with different backgrounds and brought their own strengths and challenges. We had to learn how to work with each other and respect different opinions and still move forward with our shared goal. It showed me how important collaborations is in the real world. This program also helped me grow, not just academically or professionally, but personally. I became more organized and more intentional with my time and more aware of how to communicate, especially while working with different people.
So we're going to stop the video now. As you can see, the story of Aspire was told by folks who attended Aspire. So there's nothing more better than that. So I encourage all of us to please move together. And those who are in the back, please move in front. Let's make it seem like the place is fuller than it is. So let's sit together. So that will be better. So with that, I want to let you know that there is an Aspire Task Force team that is behind this program. It's not just one or two people. One of them is here who is going to handle the program. This is Brother Toha Masha. He is a project coach, and he is going to take us through the program. With that, I hand over to Brother Toha.
And Brother Sabur Bello, you're the backbone of the Aspire Leadership Program, and I do appreciate all the work you've done in our community. So before we get started, I just want to talk about the Aspire teams. They've done a lot of hard work up to this point. The program started January of this year. They did numerous presentations. They had meetings. They worked hard. Even we have a participant from Canada. So imagine working different time zones, and they were able to deliver. So inshallah, today we're going to hear all the good work that they've done. And the projects are impactful, and you'll definitely see. I'll let you be the judge of that. So without further ado, I think we'll get started, inshallah, with team number 5. Can you please come out and present your project to the audience? Thanks. So you're gonna control it, right, by yourselves? Yeah, let me get you for you. So this is, which one is this? Let's look for yours. Is that yours? No, where is it? SMA coming up. So we'll, Sorry about that. In terms of the format, each team will have like 5 minutes to present their project. And at the end of the presentations, inshallah, we'll have about 7 to 10 minutes for Q&A.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. We are Team 5, and we are the NCNMO Connect team. So my name is Aisha, and I worked on this project alongside Brother Ahmed and Sister Nasmat. So here's the outline of our project for today. We will talk about the problem, the solution, the impact that we've made so far, and the career network that we have on LinkedIn, as well as what we need from you, our audience. So the problem that we identified was that within the NCNMO community, there's inconsistency in the way that information is disbursed within the community. And as a result, a lot of important information, updates, and opportunities are missed by our dear members. So we felt that there's a need for a reliable and trusted platform to share this information. So for that, we created a unified platform that we try to help disseminate clear information and also engage members within the community. So what we came up with is the NCNMO Connect, which is a centralized monthly newsletter that is designed to unify communication across all the chapters that we have in NCNMO. So our newsletter provides important updates, job opportunities, and educational content. And we also aim to serve as the single trusted information source within the community. So when you see our newsletter, you first of all see the landing page, which tells you what to expect within the newsletter, then followed by the Hadith and Quran verse section that helps to reinforce the educational part of our project. Then we have the NCNMO event and announcement section, and then we have the opportunity and career section that Brother Ahmad is going to talk about later. So as well, you can advertise with us. We have that section for you. Then we also try to highlight the good things that the members within our communities are doing so that we can encourage other people to do as well. Then we sometimes also highlight chapters to just recognize them for the wonderful works that they're doing on behalf of NCNMO. So the audience, you guys are our audience, but you have to subscribe to the NCNMO email so that you can get our content. So we collect information from chapter members and members as well. Then we collect this information within the first 2 weeks of the month so that we can send this information out at the third week. And this is the dedicated email that you can send information to. So I'm going to pass it on to.
Impact so far. We launched the NCNMO Connect in September of this year. So far, we have rolled out 5 publications, which is the limit the last NCNMO newsletter reached. So we're hoping to roll out another one in January, inshallah. The impact. So we have received a lot of positive feedback from the NCNMO stakeholders as well as members. And also we have been able to highlight chapters that are doing great things in order to foster a good culture and encourage other chapters to do the same. Proving feasibility, monthly feasibility, we have been able to share consistent information of events, announcements, and things that are going on within NCNMO. That way everybody is involved and they are engaged and they are aware of what is going on. Also, the good news is we have consistently been able to have over 800 people open our newsletter every single month. NCNMO Connect, please, I would like for you to bring out your phone, scan the QR code, and request to join this group. This is another part of our solution into having a single source of information for all of our professionals to share information, share opportunity, share jobs, internship, whatever is going on in your community that you think can be beneficial to your brothers and sisters. Please join this group so that you can share it on there and we can all benefit and grow together. Yep. What we are asking from you today, we want a consistent content from you because we depend on this. That is how we can identify and represent every single chapter. And also, if you have any services or products that you think NCNMO member are your audience, you want to advertise with us, like I said, we have consistent open rate of more than 800 people. You can reach out to us as well. We encourage chapter members, if you have any programs that you think beyond your chapter can be beneficial to someone else, please share with us. We would like to put it on this newsletter for you. And we are open to constructive feedback, please. Whatever you think that needs to be improved, we are open-minded fellows and we want to grow. Please share it with us. Like we said, we have a great success, but that is just the beginning. We want to raise the bar. We want to keep improving. Please help us. When you see our newsletter, open it. That way we kind of keep generating the same energy that we started with. Like we said, we are open-minded. We want to keep improving, and these are the plans for the future. We want to expand the categories that we have currently, and we are tracking analytics of our newsletter to see what people are engaging with so that we can provide more of that, one. Secondly, we can share something that is alike of that to you. Another future plans that we have is we want to create a chapter liaison network in order to automate our monthly submission of content so that we reduce the time that we have to take out of our personal life in order to do this. And this is in turn to build towards NCNMO, a robust NCNMO media hub. Aspire give us this platform. If we do this presentation without mentioning the Aspire itself, it will be ungrateful of us. We thank you, Aspire, and these are the name of other people that we work with we work alongside to get this product out in September. Before we step on this stage, we send out a platform special edition of our newsletter. If you are a regular email receiver from NCNMO, if you check your email right now, you will see it there. Please check it. You will learn about us. You will learn about everything that has been happening within NCNMO from January 2025. And if you don't have the opportunity to scan the QR code, maybe you don't have the paper earlier, and you are not able to scan it earlier, please do. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah khairan, team number 5. I think you did a wonderful job. Alhamdulillah, the impact of your project, it will connect the community, and inshallah, I believe you saw the work they did. You saw the passion, the level of professionalism. So now I'll move on to group number 7, inshallah. Can you please come to the stage? What's the title of your?
It was that right there.
This one?
The second one is in order.
Yeah, okay, so another.
So that's us right there.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. All right, great. So they will be talking about restructuring the youth experience for Yasser activities.
Assalamu alaikum wabarakatuh. My name is Aisha Dinakon, and our project was restructuring the youth experience for Yasser activities. Our project was born out of our personal experiences with Yasser and Platform when it comes to youth, and seeing that there was a gap in the interest of the youth being represented in the programs that were actually done at Platform and Yasser. Here are key points that we're going to be discussing today. And here's our team, including myself, Aisha Dineko, Amira Adikun, Abdubaki Okoya, Mubarak Raji, and Zainab Yakini, with our project mentor being Brother Tola Masha. The introduction. So, the project was born out of a problem that we noticed where the traditional NCNMO retreats, Yasser and Platform, often overlook the unique offerings of the particular state that we're in, as well as the interest of the youth. And our mission was to make sure that we place youth voices in the center of the planning of these retreats. And our strategy was to transform from having a one-size-fits-all to a specific state solution, and a survey-driven design, as well as a scalable model for the future. And this is our implementation framework. We did some deep research, data collection, and tactical execution, which means that we analyzed the retreat location to make sure that we balance the budget, the attendance, as well as the local attractions. We use Google Forms to capture specific input, and we use tactical execution by collaborating with APC, the Advanced Platform Committee, and the activity committees to ensure that our program is aligning with Islamic values. Here's an example of some of the forms that we did, just kind of taking an idea of how much people would be willing to pay for activities and taking an idea of the age group that would be attending platform. This was used in Minnesota at the last Yasser. And some of the challenges that we faced, which is where our stakeholders, which involve the general and animal community, come in. A lot of times we had surveys up, but a lot of people didn't fill them, as well as attendance. If people do not attend these retreats, there will be no one to fill the surveys to drive the information forward. So our solution is that, inshallah, moving forward, we plan to have our survey at the end of activities to encourage participants to perform the surveys, use them, and share feedback on the outing and activities.
Assalamu alaikum. So as we mentioned, this project that we did, we were able to implement during YASA in Minnesota. So what are some of the engagement activities that we did at YASA? So we categorized it into 3 categories: spiritual, social, and interactive/networking. For the spiritual activities we did, we went to Jummah at a masjid in Minnesota. We were able to get buses over there and get the whole group to go to Jummah over there, which was great. The next one was social. We surveyed what people wanted to do in Minnesota, and one of the things that came up was that something fun, bowling. So we did a bowling activity that was really fun, and everybody enjoyed that time. And then interactive, a lot of the interactive programs that we did were in the hotel, and they were done after lecture so we can have a way to network with everybody and just get to know people there. So, like I said, proof of concept is what we did in YASA, and then also we want to recognize one of our team members who didn't just implement what we did, but chose to take a step further and join the APC and join the YASA coordination team, which is Zainab Yakini over there. So everybody applaud for her. She's on the board next year. Thank you. So here's some of the photos from YASA. We had more, but we only have a few minutes to present this, so we only show 3, 2 from bowling and 1 for Jummah. So what is the benefits of making sure that we have a youth-centered activities when it comes to YASA? One, it makes sure that the youth's voice are amplified. We're not putting square pegs in circle holes. We're making sure that we are accommodating to what the youth want. Second, we have a repeatable framework that we know that no matter what the location is, we can be able to repeat this over and over again. So we don't know what YASA is next year, but we do know that what we did this year will be implemented next year. And finally, creating a safe space for youth. We want to make sure that one of the reasons we have YASA is to make sure we grow the youth community here in the United States. And having a safe space is what we encourage and make sure that we have youth people come back year after year after year. And this is what we believe will allow people to keep coming back to YASA until they age out of YASA.
And some of the lessons that we learned in regards to this project is that any project or any task that we're doing requires time, dedication, communication, follow-up, and timely escalation. And that early engagement definitely makes a difference. Involving our stakeholders early enough when problems start to arise, when we start to see some of these issues arise, kind of prevents having late fixing of the issues when they could be fixed early on. And just a general advice for our stakeholders, which involve our community, is that whenever you want to do a project, you choose a project that you're passionate about. Because when things start to slow down and responses aren't coming like they used to, it's your passion and your interest in the project that will move it forward to be able to be executed. And that there's no needs and there's no means to pivot direction when you have a project that has a clear focus. When your goal is clear, there will be no obstacles that can stop you.
We're not done. So what we did, Aspire is a leadership program, and one of the key skills that we learned from this project is problem solving, decision making, and adaptability. I know a lot of people, even in school and working, know that these are things that we usually have to work on: problem solving, making sure that we can solve some problems, decision making, making sure that when we come to an obstacle, we make a decision and we move forward with it, and being adaptable. Sometimes things doesn't happen our way, but we just have to keep going and make sure we get to the goal that we want to get to. So in conclusion, this project introduced a streamlined youth-centered planning process that ensures each retreat activity are relevant, engaging, and tailored to the host state. By improving structure, communication, and feedback collection, we established consistent model that increase youth engagement across all states. And in conclusion, we want to thank the Aspire leadership team, the Aspire Project Task Force, APC leadership, the community members, and the youth volunteers for the unwavering support for this project. Thank you.
Jazakallah khairan.
Yeah, another stellar performance. Jazakallah Karen. So this group, what have they done? They identified problems in the community and they're actively trying to solve that. So that's a key takeaway for us, right? I know sometimes we're thinking about, oh, okay, things are not going right, what can we do? And with Yasser, if you have higher participation, you're gonna have more youth building the leadership in their communities, right? Trying to develop and have an impact. So now I'll move into team number 4, inshallah, to come to the stage. Where team number 4? Am I missing something? Team number 4? Huh? Yeah, let me try to get that, sir. Where? Give me a minute. Yeah. All right. So team number 1, since team number 4 is not available, team 1. Okay. All right. Wait. What's going on? Let me. All right. Just let me. Yeah. Okay. So here, the topic for this is mobile event management application. The team members are not Sister Sophia Kabirat? Yeah, please come to the stage, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, my name is Kabira. I am a member of the Group 1 team for the Aspire class of 2025. My other group members are Dr. Suleiman Tijani and Sister Sophia Terre, and our mentor is Dr. Masadik Bello. Our project is, we decided to create a mobile event management application. Yes, you heard that right. We decided to create an app. And the name of our app is NCNMO Community. In my next slide, I would appreciate it if you can bring out your phones and scan this QR code. Okay. If you can scan this QR code, it's going to show you like a link where you go. It's going to say like sign in or create an account. Okay, sorry. Okay, just give us one moment. Okay, so, okay, there we go. Yeah, so because you like to create an account or you sign in, and of course you don't have an account yet. So if you can create an account, that would be great. There's some certain prompts there, but I'll go ahead and explain that very soon, inshallah. What was the problem? So we all know NCNMO is a very large community, alhamdulillah. We're one of the largest Nigerian Muslims in the US, and it has really done beautiful things for the past 25 years that it has been in existence. And over the past months, we decided to send out a survey to ask the people if they would be interested in creating an application, something that is more personable, something that is more of ours, something that is customized that we don't have to share and that we can make any way, shape, and form that we desire. And we had very positive feedbacks from people. They were interested in something like that, and that's what we went ahead to do. Knowing platform and all the things that it entails, we decided to come up with this application. What this app is going to basically do is it would be more of like event registration. It would do real-time notifications if you have to be in an event, if it has started. If they're doing it already, you would get a notification that the person is present. You would have interactive schedules, and you also have networking and seamless communications with people. And that way, it's user-friendly, and you can also, communicate with your chapters when necessary. We collaborated with the DRP team, and the DRP team is the digital resource platform team. They're the ones on the back end that make sure that all the registrations and everything runs smoothly when you try to apply or to come to platform, your room, and all that kind of stuff. They're a tech team, and they really do a beautiful job. They're part of the NCNMO Vision 2030 task force, and listed below are the members. We've been working really, really hard with our mentor to make sure this comes out beautifully. I forgot to mention, this app was being created. We only had a little setback. We could have actually started this platform, but inshallah, the next couple months, we are going to roll it out and get using it before the next event. So now you can go to that QR code that I said to sign. By the way, this QR code at the bottom also gets you there in case you forgot to sign it the first time. And I'm going to show you what it is going to actually look like. If you decide to create an account, you could see create an account, and you'd see all those information that you just need to fill out, your chapter, your profession, which is very, very comprehensive, and it's very easy for you to understand. For example, this is my account. And once you try to sign in after you've created an account, it tells you verify now. Verify now basically means that do you register for a platform? So if you registered for a platform and all this stuff, once you click verify now, it takes you to that portal where you see if you actually registered for a platform. But just because of time, I wouldn't be clicking on the verify now. I mean, I registered, that's why I'm here. So let's just close that. And then, so basically this is what the app looks like. My team, we worked on the events part of things. So this is what you could see. And this is a website, but we are creating an app. But this website is just so you can give us feedbacks, roll with it, see what you like, see what you don't like, or your comments, concerns. Please don't hesitate to share with us. So we have this. I have this right here. If I click on annual NCNMO events, you would see the various events that we do in NCNMO, like platform, convention, Yasser, AGM, ICARE, Aspire. If you can tell, platform, for example, it says event as past. That's because we started earlier this week. And if you view various events, the other ones are just demos, obviously, because we don't have these events coming up anytime soon. But if you check view events, you would see all the things that we're actually doing, all the events that we basically do or doing right now. And if you need to go by faster, you can just search by category or time. And here you can search what you're looking for. If it's dinner, because I like food, I can search for food right there, and then it will pop for me like what we're doing and what time it is. You can also use the filters to check what category and groups in order for you to go by faster. And in addition, you can also create accounts, create events, and that's if you're actually verified. That will be something that you would be able to do. Also, chapter events, which is like if you want to notify your various chapter members on an event coming up, you can also create an event, and mostly your chapter leaders would have access to that as well. And maybe other local events or meetups that you'd be interested in doing, like maybe halal connections or anything like that outside of here. And going back to my slide, I'm gonna try to finish up real quick. Okay, so that's just the quick rundown. And in the future, we obviously know that every beautiful thing comes with challenges. There are definitely probably going to be things that we might not be able to control, and we are being proactive about that. And we have figured out some challenges that might happen, which is like user adoption, technical security, budget allocation, and maintenance. And that's why we're working really, really hard to make sure that everything comes out great and we are ready for any obstacle that comes our way. That being said, we have 2 available internship opportunities to work alongside the DRP team. And if you're interested in learning more about this, finding out more on what you would be able to do and how you can join, inshallah, you can reach out to me after and I can get you to whoever you need to talk to. And thank you very much. I appreciate you for listening to me. Inshallah, make sure that you check that. Assalamu alaikum.
MashaAllah. Jazakallah khairan. Yeah. No, that was great. Alhamdulillah. So now Aspire members are using technology to solve some of our problems, right? The projects, they vary. So mashallah, great job, Kabira. So now we're gonna move on to the next presentation. So that's gonna be team number 2. And yeah, the topic is revitalizing platform.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Our project is Revitalizing Platform 2025. My team, Sister Aziza Adeshokon, Sister Fazia Bello, who both cannot be here today, myself, Sister Mariam Olayanwaju, Sister Aisha Raji, and then Sister Naima Tawheed. Project background. So our project scope is basically about NCNMO's platform, and it kind of was birthed by the last couple of platforms that happened, first in Baltimore and then the last one in Orlando. The birth of it was basically our observations from our experiences, how we felt that we can further strengthen Islamic values, cultural identity, and youth development. I just want to get a show of hands from like the youth, the adults, if you feel like there's still further things that we can do to improve platform. Anyone feel like there's things we can do to make it better? So I just want to make it clear that our project is like, we're not saying we created platform, we are just trying to further enhance some of the things that are going on, some of the activities, trying to improve it, make it more engaging for you all, make this experience more enjoyable, pleasurable, valuable. Some key areas we wanted to revitalize. One was youth programs. We felt that youth were not engaged as much, especially in the last platform in Orlando. I just kind of saw a lot of like the young adults kind of wandering around and not making full use of the lecture series that were organized for them. Also, we felt that like in terms of scheduling for off-site activities like the sporting event, there could be better coordination in terms of scheduling and coordination, and also a little bit of improvements regarding the food service. I just want to let you know that this project is still in progress, as is, I think that whenever we have something like an event like platform, it's going to be forever things that we can do to improve this. So this project is not like completely finalized. It's going to be continued building upon for many more years to come. But this was, I think, a key thing that we wanted to focus on due to this being the 25th anniversary, our silver anniversary for platform. And now I'm going to pass it to Sister Naima Tawheed.
Assalamu alaikum. So for our project plan, our implementation phase, very much we started with receiving and going through the feedback and identifying some of the problems from the previous years. And then after that, we decided to define our project direction and define our priorities that we're going to be focusing on, and identify some of the key things we have to work with. With that, we develop our SMART goals. We try to make sure our goals were as efficient and as also as timely and as precise as possible to make this platform as enjoyable as possible for everyone. And we took this feedback back to the entire board and the committees of platform, and we tried to implement as much as we could. Some of the challenges we faced. Our primary challenge was communication. We realized early on in our project that the platform committee is so vast, and that is understandable. There is a very diverse age group, and we didn't quite realize that each group had its own committee before starting this. So that was something we had to work with, and then we had to re-strategize on how to work with that. Then we had to narrow down our priorities and try to figure out which group exactly we had to focus on. That means which group had the key problems, and we had to actually come up with possible solutions for those groups. Follow up with trying to identify who is then in charge of those groups and try to make sure we were able to communicate with them directly if possible. And also coordinating amongst all these groups and creating a timeline and a good schedule to make sure we're able to give our proper feedback and get feedback from them as well. So communication was a big problem in all of these phases for us. And the execution, some of the things we're able to impact this year, volunteer recruitment and training, junior platform engagement. We're able to also attend to some of the older generations in terms of parenting and trying to see how we can improve that for everyone, and some of the offsite activities. For our volunteer recruitment, we put up our own, we gave some of the feedback on how the training session should go through, and I have to mention that some of this were already in play at the time of this discussion as well. For the junior platform, was trying to make sure the children were being attended to, and also make sure they were being engaged both spiritually in terms of morals and conducts, and also make sure we had enough volunteers to make sure there's everyone attending to them. For the parenting, we figured everyone needs their own support. The kids need their own support. The older generation also need their own support. And we're just trying to make sure everyone is being supported adequately. And also for the offsite activities, we're trying to make sure the females especially were being attended to and at their own events and something to also work with. And hopefully we're able to deliver this year. Now I'm going to pass it on for the conclusion.
So throughout our project, we learned that time matters, just because we had to work with deadlines and approval processes that affected what could be implemented. We also learned that communication matters, especially when coordinating with different teams and stakeholders. And collaboration mattered because everyone brought different perspectives that strengthened our ideas. And then lastly, we learned that managing conflict matters as well, just because we learned that since we were working in a group that required listening, adjusting, and finding a common ground. And then to just conclude our project, we focused on creating meaningful improvements while thinking about long-term impact, and the experience helped us build professional skills that we can use on future projects and in leadership roles. Thank you.
Jazakallah khairan.
So thanks. Yeah, another stellar performance. So what do you guys think about Aspire Group? Are they doing well so far? Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. So if you have any opportunity, inshallah, try to join. So this group, what's the highlight? I think for me, they worked very hard with NCNMO leadership in trying to improve the experience for you guys. And you also saw the challenges that they faced. So when we talk about leadership, we have the idea of this is what I want to do. But once you start, you now encounter challenges. And as a leader, you need to figure out how to overcome those challenges. So they demonstrated that on this project. Jazakallah khairan. So now we'll move on to group number 3. Can you come to the stage, team 3, please? All right, sister. Sure. Okay. All right, so sister Muji and what's for me, Arafat, they'll be going over, they'll be talking about their project, depression, medical, maternity health matters. They'll go into more detail, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Mujida Saidu, and this is
Arafat Williams.
So, What we did was we utilized the mentorship of Aspire. We combined that with our individual expertise in the medical field and came up with a problem that we're hoping to solve. So our project is a postpartum depression. And this is the members of my team. So we found that postpartum depression is the most commonly reported complication that shows up within the first 12 months that's following childbirth. And symptoms include like weight loss, excessive eating or not eating enough, excessive sleeping or not sleeping enough, and fatigue and loss of focus or concentration. It happens in 1 out of every 5 women that just had a child delivery. And the evaluation of postpartum depression screening in Islamic women shows that these women are very fearful of reporting their symptoms of depression due to the stigma that's surrounding reporting. Therefore, we found the purpose of our project to create a safe, unbiased space where these women are embraced, empowered, and loved, so that way they can report and they can get the help that they deserve. So to gather data to support research, we had to send out email in the form of Google Form to the broader NCNMO community. And this is the response that you all gathered here. We received 29 responses, and majority of the responses were women, and they affirmed that they or someone they know have been affected by postpartum depression. They have felt these symptoms at some point, and the person that they would have loved to confide in the most would have been their partner, if only they would not be stigmatized. So these are the treatments. We have non-drug treatment, and we do have drug treatment. Non-drug treatment, one of that is cognitive behavioral therapy. It's popularly known as CBT. Simply that means reframing your thoughts to reframe your actions. And then drug treatment, this will be available with the help of a provider, and that's a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. We call them SSRIs. And I'll pass it on to Sister Arafa to provide Islamic insights into how we can curb this illness.
When it comes to postpartum depression, it is important to increase awareness of postpartum depression so that people who don't know what it is about is aware of what people who have it experience. People who regularly participate in praying, reading the Quran, and charity are more likely to feel better with themselves in decreasing depression and sadness. A surah from the Quran says, Allah does not burden a soul beyond what it can bear. This expresses that what you experience will pass, and Allah made you experience it because He knows that you can handle it. Things that can help alleviate postpartum depression is sleep, hygiene, religious practices such as reading the Quran. These are some hotlines. These are some hotlines that people who are experiencing postpartum depression can call or use as resources to help them get through what they're experiencing. Moreover, postpartum depression women involves religion and pharmacological treatment combining both. Moreover, postpartum depression in women involves religion and pharmacological treatment combining both can create long-lasting peace, emotional resilience, feeling strengthened in your religion, and creating peace of mind.
Last slide is our implementation, which will happen tomorrow. We invite everyone to join us at the workshop on postpartum depression. This will be at this year's health fair. It starts about 3:15 p.m. and it's already in the prepared schedule that everyone has been accessing. We'll have a 1-hour workshop to answer questions, to that you may have regarding this illness and how to better help your loved ones to access the care that they need. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well done. Another great example of helping solve the problems in our community. When I was involved with this project, I wasn't even aware of this concept. And I think for the men out there, it's important to know this exists, right? Postpartum depression. So if your wife has a baby and you're seeing some of the symptoms, at least now you know where to go to. And one thing I also liked about this project was the fact that the survey that is sent out, the community members responded, right? And I think this is very important when we think about improvement in the future for whatever we're doing, right? We need feedback from the community, right? So NCNMO leadership, inshallah, let's take advantage of that. So now I'll move on to the last but not the least, team number 8. Yeah. Huh? All right, sure. All right, sister. Yeah. Is that? No. What are you? You're this one, right? Okay, great. I think it's. Yeah, I'll make it sure. Oh, I think you have. I think you can't. Maybe you don't have the slideshow. You don't have the slideshow option. Well, Can you put it? Let's ask for it.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Farida Alupaju, and my Aspire initiative is the Diaspora Care Network. And my team, I'm joined with Mistura Abdul Karim, and then my mentor is Dr. Bashir Agboala. So the inspiration for the Diaspora Care Network happened when I volunteered at the 2023 NCNMO Medical Mission in Ibadan. While I was there, I noticed that there were a lot of women who were pregnant, but there wasn't really a designated area for maternal health at the medical mission. And so that inspired the idea to continue the services that the medical mission provides for our community back home in Nigeria. So this past summer, I had the opportunity to stay in Nigeria for 2 months. I was there doing Yoruba classes at University of Ibadan. And so I wanted to use my time there to do the Aspire project. And so my intention was to make it to the 2025 medical mission, but I wasn't able to make that time. So I instead decided to do a nonprofit organization that would do other types of outreach events to benefit the community. And so that's when the Diaspora Care Network came together. Basically, it's a nonprofit organization where Nigerians in the diaspora come together in order to engage and support Nigerians back home through humanitarian relief, wellness initiatives, and cultural exchange. So we decided to do 6 outreach events over the course of 5 weeks. But just before I get to that, while I was in Nigeria, I was able to just tap on the network that I've been able to have through NCNMO, as well as the network being at University of Ibadan. And so we have over 12 partners that we were able to connect with through that network, and then through posting our work, people reached out to us and decided to donate and collaborate with us. So as a result, we created 6 events over the course of 5 weeks. Our first event was a meal distribution in the Sabo region of Ibadan. We did 150 meals. Our second event was Own Your Own Path. This was a lecture to engage the youth at the University of Ibadan. Our third event was the Iyaloja Mothers of the Market Wellness Outreach. And so we went to the 12 Mile Market in Lagos, and conducted like a mini medical mission, and we gave out wellness bags with wellness tea, multivitamins, and different materials. And then there was some medical professionals who were also conducting minor medical procedures like vital signs. The fourth event was hosted or funded by the Miss Diaspora Nigeria USA organization. So they sent $500 to feed 500 children. So we were able to go to a couple of orphanages, schools in Ibadan. Our fourth event was the provisions for prisoners. So we went to the Agodi prison in Ibadan, and we gave out some food and different provisional items for the Muslims that are in the prison. And then our sixth event was the Farm One Motherless Home Orphanage event, where we distributed meals, fresh meals, and packaged meals as well. And so our impact, alhamdulillah, we were able to raise $2,000 over the course of that 5 weeks. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. Alhamdulillah. And we were able to impact over 1,000 lives. We had 6 events and over 12 partnerships. These are some pictures of the impact that we were able to do. Okay, thank you. And alhamdulillah, so there's many opportunities coming out of this. We wanted to make this more sustainable and not just like a one-time relief type of event. And so there's been requests in Nigeria for continuous work with the organization. And so the opportunity is to build a team. And so we have the opportunity to either register this as a 501c3, a nonprofit organization. We can register it in the US and in Nigeria, or we can have it adopted by NCNMO as an organization or as something within the NCNMO community and build a team with the community here. There's also opportunities to collaborate with the Yoruba Center at the University of Ibadan. So they're interested in having Yoruba classes with our community and also hosting students if they want to move to University UI for 8 weeks to learn Yoruba and to do cultural immersion. And we are continuing the work. So inshallah, tonight I'm hosting a period poverty packing event. So for the women who would be interested in volunteering, we're gonna package 100 pouches with 12 pads and 1 heating pad. And we're packaging that to give out at the 2026 NCNMO Medical Mission next year, inshallah. And so if you like to donate, you can scan the QR code to the left. And if you would like to volunteer with us, we're looking for people who want to volunteer or join our team. You can scan the QR code on the right. And I want to say Jazakallah khair and thank you so much to our leadership from Aspire. Alhamdulillah, it was a great opportunity. Jazakallah khair.
Mashallah. Yeah, I call this a global impact project. I mean, think about how a group was able to impact people in Nigeria. I mean, she lives in America. Think about the coordination, and they were able to pull that off, mashallah. And, you know, for us too, that we weren't involved, the opportunity is there. Donate, volunteer, whatever you can do, because, you know, it's important for us to also give back to the society we live in. And like I said earlier, the Aspire cohort group, they're working on impactful projects. So kudos to them. So now we'll move to group number 4. I think they ain't around, but she's here, inshallah. Let me. So that's, I'm trying to, I know yours. No, I think it's this, right? Yeah. All right, great. No, you're very welcome. Okay. All right. Okay.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. So our presentation is titled From Onboarding to Impact, Creating an Intentional Training Pathway for Junior Platform Teachers. So we'll start off by meeting our team. I'm Aziza Shiambola. I am the team lead, currently a fourth-year medical student. Inshallah, will be a pediatrician next year. And my passion to improve children's overall well-being motivated our Aspire project.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Shukra Adilye. I just graduated college back in June, and I'm a third-year junior platform teacher.
And then we have Aisha Arogbadamu. She is our third teammate. She's currently a second-year nursing student who is deeply motivated by caring for others, and she's passionate about research as it allows her to explore new ideas and create meaningful solutions. Aisha is also, or Sister Aisha is also a prior junior platform volunteer.
Okay, so today we'll be going over our project, our timeline, the deliverables, how we measured our impact, and any reflections that we had.
So to start off with our project overview, many of you are familiar with Junior Platform, but for those of us who are not, Junior Platform is an essential part of this platform organization that you're sitting at. The reason why you're able to sit comfortably, not look back, not hear wah, 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 is because we have your children are currently in the other building. The kids are age 2 to 9. There's about 200 to 300 of them that are being monitored by Junior Platform teachers and our wonderful Group 1 and Group 2 volunteers. And it's meant to be a space where kids learn about Islam in a fun and meaningful way at an age-appropriate space as their group accordingly from ages 2 to 9. And in terms of our project, being that Shukra has been a teacher for a few years and I volunteered as well, recognizing maybe some of the gaps that are existing within the training for the teachers. So for that, we worked alongside the Junior Platform lead in creating onboarding training process and module revamping it this year. So the goal of that was to have an effective and consistent and an intentional training process that empowers the teachers to support the children's emotional and spiritual growth, as well as fostering a safe and engaging environment. So the way that we were able to do this was redesigning the teacher onboarding and training structure, which we'll go over, develop classroom training modules, and also integrating some of the Islamic principles, being that we are Muslim first, in the ways that we are learning about child development. And the cost for this was $0 because we use Google Slides, and Junior Platform and NCNMO, they figured out in terms of being able to have the teachers and stuff. So we were just providing learning materials.
So our timeline, we've been discussing and preparing our project since January, and then we really got started in June and met with the Junior Platform lead, and we assessed any areas and needs and defined the project scope. And then we continued on, and in September, we started our developmental and safety modules using a library source called AMBOSS. And then in October, we made sure to submit a draft of the developmental and safety modules to be reviewed by the JP lead. And then in November, we made sure to connect with a school principal for resources about classroom management. And in December, we were able to use all the feedback from the JP lead and conduct virtual trainings alongside the JP lead as well. And we also conducted in-person training the day before Junior Platform.
So what did we create? We made about 7 modules or PowerPoints that range from, you guys can see mouse, right? Some of the things that we started off with were developmental milestones. As these people, they're dealing with children who are from ages 2 to 9. It's important to understand what are the things that you should be expecting a child to be behaving like. So if you're in a classroom with a 2-year-old who, yes, they're gonna be crying for most of the time because their parents are not there, that's appropriate. Maybe more so if it's a 9-year-old who's crying, you might be a little bit more concerned, but figuring out the right way to support them and not judge them. Then other things that we went over were neurodevelopmental disorders. There's a wide variety of them, but the ones that we chose to focus on were autism or autism spectrum disorder, in addition to ADHD, being that we have a few children within Junior Platform who have some form of developmental disorder, and just having the teachers have a better knowledge of what these are and not just not that anyone would treat a child in a certain way, but just so we don't let our biases and maybe certain stigmas impact the way that we're engaging with the children. Another module that we created was safety first, in terms of what to do when a child has an allergy. Some of our children, they have EpiPen, so we showed a video of how to administer an EpiPen. And then last year we had an incident where something was broken within the hotel, so we added additional training on what to do when there are damages, a child breaks a glass, what are the next steps for you to do. Other things that we grouped them into were classroom management stuff in terms of crowd management, as sometimes you guys will see us with the children's lined up, either getting their food, they're making wudu because they're praying, and like just ways that you should be handling them in the transition periods. Then we also went over stuff about classroom community, especially for the kids that are within like the age 7 to 9. It's important to not just be like, oh, I'm the teacher, so you need to follow what I'm saying, but making them feel as a part of like, this is their space too. They're here for about 10 hours a day for 3 days, so they should also be able to contribute to the rules that are going on within their classrooms. In addition to classroom discussions, we went over that as well, like how are you engaging the students versus having maybe some of them be like, ooh, I hate junior platform, but more so loving the space and being a part of the conversations. And then, which they end up loving it at the end always. And then we also went through some de-escalation methods in terms of, especially with our older kids, sometimes they can't keep their hands to themselves. So we want to know the proper ways in terms of not just scolding them, but making them better to avoid like a future incident. So those were some of the things that we went over. As mentioned, there was a virtual training session where we did the first 3 slides or the first 3 modules. Then we did an in-person one the night before platform itself started on Wednesday, where we went through the rest. And how do we measure our impact? So we created surveys. There's pre and post survey. The pre one was meant to be completed prior to the training, the virtual training, which we've had 6 people submit their surveys. And then we're having a post survey, which is asking the same questions, but essentially on a Likert scale, which is like 1 to 5, like being able to capture the improvement from their baseline knowledge. And then in order to ensure adequate completion, this was actually placed into the teacher's contracts that in order to get your full payout that you have to submit the surveys. And then other ways that we're able to see our impact is, as mentioned, Shukra is a teacher, and I'm also a teacher/volunteer at times at Junior Platform. So just being able to see how things are going and if we're noticing anything that we can improve for ourselves, even for the year to come.
So our strength for this project was that we were able to maximize each person's expertise for this task, and we were able to be flexible with our project despite our busy schedules. And our personal interest really fueled this project and our love for it. We were able to help invest time and improve Junior Platform for the experience of the teachers, the kids, everybody involved, and decrease the Junior Platform lead's workload.
And then there's always room for growth and improvement. So in terms of our next steps, things that we wish we would have done at a better timing would have been giving surveys to teachers from previous years. Although we had Shukra, myself, and like Aisha, who have been in the like Junior Platform arena, it would have been nicer to have a bigger sample size, especially with data. Everything is about your n equals whatever. We only had like n equals 3. We should, inshallah, be able to expand that for the years to come. And then also be better in terms of communication with our mentor in the primary source, which was a principle that we used in order to get the resources that we need, having an expert give us some of the knowledge, so having more frequent communications with them. And then lastly, we should have done an intake survey for the current teachers. We did a survey in terms of the questions we wanted to assess, but a different survey would have got a better understanding of what they actually know instead of just like our Likert scale that we gave them. And then in terms of long-term stuff for legacy and sustainability, we will use this, we'll inshallah provide a survey to get feedback from the current teachers to see ways that we can improve the training that we gave them and implement that feedback for next year should Junior Platform, like the team themselves, wish to continue using this stuff. And then thinking about, oh, we're not in the space. We happen to, we recorded our virtual training session, and we also recorded the one we did in person. So if they're satisfied with what we provided them currently, they can just use it for the years to come. And in terms of sustainability model, like just continue to extending the support, because we are very close with the Junior Platform lead in terms of knowing that like if she needs help or if she needs assistance, that we could be someone that's gonna be there to further this project if we wish to, and if they wish to as well. And then we've made ourselves available, whether it be if we're in person at Platform on the ground or just working with them throughout the year as well. And then lastly, we have some of our team testimonial that, if you guys are okay, we'll read out to you guys. So for me, I said that alongside like our Aspire sessions, this project became a moment of like true reflection for myself in terms of being the team lead and what actually being a leader meant. So it's been an invaluable experience of planting a seed and seeing like things come into fruition, because we thought about this a year ago, and then of course like things sometimes get a little bit last minute, but to see it be pulled through and all the sessions that we had together, alhamdulillah, it's been a moment that if had a chance to do again, I would do again.
Yes, and let me just insert myself in there. Yeah, so as a junior platform teacher and a current junior platform teacher, I'm really happy to be a part of this project and have helpful improvements and see like how my time with this project will help with the kids and the future generations. I want to make this experience of junior platform as memorable for all the kids and help them make it a safe environment for all of them.
And then we'll read Sister Aisha's testimonial. She says that Aspire pushed her to think more intentionally about herself and her future. Through the lectures, mentorship, and connections she's made, she's gained a deeper understanding for who she is beyond just her personality. Even when Balance and Aspire with school felt overwhelming, she was really glad that she stuck with it because the experience was impactful and led her to meaningful self-reflection that she knows will shape her future, inshallah. And that'll be all. Thank you, Jazakallah khairan, to the Aspire team and everyone and our mentors. Awesome.
Just like our Karen, you can all clearly see the product of the Aspire program, mashallah, and they all belong to your community. So this group, they can solve any problem you present to them. So leadership, please take advantage of that. I think one thing that stood out for me here is catch them young, right? They're focusing on the younger ones, right? Because you have to make it attractive. Because if you don't, when they grow older, they won't have that connection. But they've been through that system, right? The ecosystem, they went through it, they identified areas in which they could improve, and that's what they just did. So I think for us, it's also about you identifying the problems and let's solve it together, right? MashaAllah, great job. What if I told you that there are 5 more presentations? Would you wait for that? Did you enjoy it? No, actually, that's the last one, actually. So, no, great participation from the audience. Jazakallah khairan, and I really hope that we all benefited from this, and we need to do more of this, a platform. I would like to recognize Brother Najim. He's the project coordinator. He could not make it, so that's why I'm here, right? He did a great job helping the group, providing the guidance with the projects. So now I'll give it to Brother Bashir Agbola to give the closing remarks. Doctor, anything. All right. No, thank you. All right.
Thank you. Everyone calls me a doctor. I don't know why. Maybe because my parents wanted me to be a doctor, but I chose not to be. But inshallah, I'm going to be one shortly, inshallah. So you'll get the news. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We thank Allah for this occasion. We are blessed in our community. Wallahi, we're blessed. Because look at all the work that they've done. These are our children from our different chapters. Let us take advantage of the talents that we have in our various communities to move the organization forward. May Allah bless them. And may, this is something that we all should be proud of. They are the future. They are the ones we're going to leave this organization to. They're the ones that will carry on. And their children will carry on after them, inshallah. So may Allah accept this as ibadah for all of them. May Allah bless them, bless their work, bless their education, bless their families. Grant them good spouses for those of them who have not yet attained against spouses. May Allah bless their unions. And those of them who are already in unions, may Allah bless it for them. And all of the parents, may Allah bless you and reward you for your sacrifices on them. For the Aspire Task Force, particularly Brother Abdul Sabur, who's worked night and day, Brother Dr. Abdul Jalil, Dr. Abdul Qadir, Brother Toha, Dr. Najim, and Sister Azizat, and others behind the scene that have been working tirelessly over the last 5 years for this program. May Allah bless you. May Allah accept this as ibadah for all of you. NCNMO leadership, the Board of Trustees for their sponsorship of the Vision 2025 that created this program and their continued support of this program. May Allah bless you and continue to reward you all. And everybody that was here listening to this, may Allah bless you. Jazakumullahu khaira. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas sami'un alim. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع الدعاء وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار.
Jazakallah Karen. Sorry, before you leave, I actually screwed up. I forgot the Q&A session. Tough job. It's okay? Any questions for the groups? No? Okay. So all the participants, Aspire, can you please come to the stage? We would like to take a picture, inshallah, and the Aspire Task Force members, please. Yeah. Yeah, we'll take one. Yeah.
The age group to apply for Aspire is 18 to 40. So if you are more than 40 years old, sorry, we cannot help you. 18 to 40, please start applying for the class of 2027. So inshallah, we are going to have the graduation ceremony for this class of 2025 during the closing ceremony for platform. So if you want to apply, go to www.ncnmo.org/aspire, and then you will see the link for application there. So thank you. Age group 18 to 40. But if we see a 17-year-old that's very smart, we can make exceptions. We aspire to inspire before we expire.